Today's show brought to you in part by GoToMeeting. For a free 30-day trial, use code podcast at gotomeeting.com.
You act like you're raised in a barn. That may not be a bad thing. We'll see.
You know, Andy, as a young child, I heard that a lot. What were you, raised in a barn? You would have never ever heard that, right?
Well, actually, this first story comes to us in the context of a pole barn. It actually started out as a joke. What we're doing is featuring some consumer-oriented news from RVbusiness.com, and this revolves around the continuing story in North Dakota of what do you do with all of these RVs? There's a developer who's getting ready to open an indoor RV park in an oil town right in the middle of the oil patch. And it actually started out as a family joke about living in an RV parked in a pole barn. But they started to think about this, and the whole idea of an indoor RV park actually turns out to be a pretty good idea. Now, it's going to be located about 5 miles south of a place called Watford City, North Dakota, which is almost to Canada in the northwestern portion of the state. The park's going to have 10 buildings, and these 10 buildings will eventually accommodate 240 RVs. Now, they'll be managed by a property management company out of Fargo. The whole idea is to provide a safer, more comfortable housing option for all the workers who are there from an oil boom standpoint, who actually, there is no housing, so they live in campers because of this housing shortage. Concerns about the health and safety of people in the community, people living in RVs year-round, has actually prompted Williston, North Dakota, to consider a ban of RVs to keep people from basically anywhere that's not an RV park, because they were in yards and driveways, alleyways, any place they could find to actually drop the unit. So this is going to be a real improvement. Basically, carefree RV living and sheltered from a snow standpoint. First 48 units to be available July 1st. Another 48 opening every month past that time. Now there will be room for 8 units, 8 bays. In each of the buildings. Actually, there will be 8 bays that will house 24 campers within each building, and there will be drywall between the units in the event to prevent fire from spreading. Each camper will have water and sewer hookups, buildings designed for adequate ventilation, and there will be laundry facilities and a common gathering room. It's going to be less expensive than the very few rentals that are available, but they will have to sign a 12-month lease. And I think when Terry Cooper was up in that area, they were talking about a regular hotel room was something like $2,400 a month, if you could find it.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be a welcome addition to the housing stock.
Absolutely. Some people, it's unfortunate because sometimes you're kind of in that rut where you've got to almost rent the hotel for a month because you're in limbo, and they get you. Boy, do they get you. So it's good to have some options.
Yeah, well, actually, when Terry was up there, he was talking about if you'd ever been to, they were renting out not the stalls in a livestock auction place, but the storage rooms adjacent to the stalls where people could rent space for a bunk. And that was incredibly expensive as well. If you want to move upscale to a little more amenable living condition, of course, you want to check out an RV. One of the best places to do that is the Florida SuperShow. And in fact, the rankings just came out as far as size of shows by square footage. It might be interesting to look at some of the RV shows that we talk about. The RV Florida SuperShow earned the ranking number 14 in the top 250 trade shows, according to a trade show network that follows this sort of thing. They represent and rank the top 250 trade shows last year by net square footage. The RV Industry Association trade show in Louisville, Kentucky was number 17, And the Hershey Show, the Pennsylvania RV Camping Association in Pennsylvania, was ranked number 20. Don't forget that the 2013 Florida RV Super Show will be held at Florida State Fairgrounds in Tampa. Mark your calendar. The opening day is January 15th, and public days run from January 16 through 20, 2013. So those are a couple of consumer items that you want to keep on your list. For more business-related news, go to rvbusiness.com.
Great headlines there, and of course no show would be complete without our 30 seconds of shameless plugging. Be sure to check out Consumer RV News and all our other great shows here at RVNN on our Boxee channel. You can find us in the App Store. The RVNN Daily comes out Friday, and Andy, guess what? It's Friday. So be sure to subscribe to that, and don't miss out on today's edition, this week's edition. We've got great social media contributors. Of course, RVNN is on all the social networks. You can find us on Pinterest. Each one of our each one of our shows has a board. A board has a show. Either way, it works.
Exactly, and I'm recognizing some photographs from stories that we've covered earlier this week.
Absolutely, and hey, just a side note, some exciting things coming in the world of Pinterest, so be sure to follow us there. Google Plus, be sure to give us a circle. On Facebook for a thumbs up, and follow us on Twitter. Last but not least, we're on the Roku. You can watch Consumer RV News and all the other great shows here on our Roku app. We're in the travel section. Be sure to subscribe, tell a friend, and give us a rating. We would greatly appreciate it. Consumer RV News comes to you 3 times-ish a week, and this is the end of the week for us, so we're wishing you a happy weekend. Tomorrow is Cinco de Mayo. Andy, any big plans?
No big plans, but of course I know where you're headed with this. If that's May the 5th.
But yeah, well, I was going to avoid May the 4th be with you, but I just did it. I'm going to probably do it on every single show today, so watch those, and lots of other punny things will happen as well.
You can groan each time.
Each time.
Thanks for joining us. Have a good week, and we'll see you next week.
You have a great product or RV accessory? Pull out that flip cam or smartphone and get ready for RV Travel Shop on RVNN TV. Make your own 5-minute infomercial and put it in front of thousands of people who've already said, "I love RVing," on a set-top box that's already in over 3 million homes. Maybe you have real pitchman talent. Maybe you just show people what you've got. On RV Travel Shop, people can view your product video at any time for 30 days on the Roku video player. That's the same player Netflix uses to put movies on your flat-screen TV, plus videos from major channels like Disney, Hulu, Pandora, NBC, and Fox, and Angry Birds. The same low-cost player that thousands more homeowners will add to their home this week. RV Travel Shop on RVNN TV is a flat-fee, month-to-month contract with no special codes, no order tracking, and no paperwork or commissions. Contact us now, 1-877-578-7866, or by email, rvtravelshop@rvnn.tv.